reverence and gratitude. I place my humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our dear Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram, and welcome everyone. It is great to see you, great to have you here with us today. We'd like to make a very special welcome to our Sai family members who've come all the way from the Sri Satya Sai Center of Los Angeles to join us. We thank you most heartily. Satsang becomes even sweeter with all of you with us. It is that time when we are going to share with you a very special message from Baba to all of us, from our Swami. He says, whatever other things they may possess, people suffer from a lack of peace and bliss. These two can be obtained only from God. It is for these two that one should pray to God, and not for anything else, because God alone can give them. When these are secured, all other things will come of their own accord, by the grace of God. People should yearn for God. All other desires are worthless. Sri Satya Sai Baba, February 26, 1998. It's so true. Sometimes in our prayers we have long lists of items that should bring us this joy. But really, this is a beautiful shortcut that he has given us. We should just focus on those things. Focus on our Sai Shiva. Sri Satya Sai Baba is also Lord Shiva himself. Shiva, the destroyer. Shiva, whose heart is as soft as butter, who's easily pleased, whose grace can easily be won by just small effort on our part in our sadhana. Today is our pre-Shivaratri program. If you hadn't guessed, we are so excited to present this to you. And, we should know what happens on Shivaratri, where with our sadhana and our earnest prayers, mountains of karma can be washed away. To help us with this pre-Shivaratri program and to explain to us what it's really all about and what it entails and how we benefit is our good brother, Sridhar Palakur. He expresses his gratitude to Swami and his parents for the opportunity to be able to start knowing about Swami's teachings, his life and his message, and it started all for him in 2001. Brother Sridhar is also currently part of the Love and Devotion Committee right here at SAI Prema Nilayam, as well as the Love and Wisdom Committee. Sridhar is also on the editorial team for the monthly online magazine, the Satya Sai Eternal Companion, the only magazine worth reading. He is also a trustee of the Satya Sai Book Center, which is a part of the Sri Satya Sai Baba Society of America. Sridhar happens to also be an environmental engineer by profession, supporting the US Navy, the Air Force, and the US Army on many of their projects. He has also volunteered in various service projects, including volunteering in medical camps locally as well as internationally. Let us please give a very, very warm welcome for Brother Sridhar Palakur.
Bless you. a small presentation, just mostly based on Swami's words. You know, Swami has given more than 70 discourses, maybe 74 or 75 somewhere, over the years, especially the ones from the 50s and 60s are extremely powerful. And we'll go through some of the, there is so much there and it takes hours and hours, maybe days and months and years to go through Swami's words, but we try to pick maybe just a few points so that, like let's say there is a marathon or anything that we want to do, we work out, we do physical exercises and get ready. So Shivaratri is going to be on the 8th of March this month, most of you must be knowing. So, this is a preparation, and so that we are ready for that, and Swami says this is one of the most significant festivals, like, the festivals in Prashant that are like Mahashivratri, Guru Purnima, Dasara. There is something about this where it really kind of resets our spiritual progress just to see where we are and so forth. I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to the entire committee of our devotion that gave feedback on this presentation. Manichandra, who is there, right at the council, who helped with the presentation. Also, Praveen Ward, who gave a pretty good feedback. We'll get started. So let's go to the next slide, please. So, yeah, most of us know, Swami says the Shivaratri actually comes every month, like the 14th day of the dark, half of the month. It's called Krishna Paksha. So in Purush Suktam, it is said, Chandrama Manasodha, the mind comes from the moon. So there is an affinity between the moon and the mind. So as the moon wanes, the effect of mind on us, it slowly goes down. And Swami beautifully, it's really important you please take time because Swami's words, every word is a scripture, it's a Veda. And in the 1990 Mahashivratri discourse, beautifully Swami says, based on numerology, the words first Shi, Va and Ra, they add up to 11, the number 11. So you have 5 outer senses, 5 inner senses and the mind. These are basically the Ekadash Rudras, 11 Rudras. And these are the tendencies to go upward. Okay, what is that? What is this? What am I going to get? What am I going to eat today? What will I do next week? So literally now, Swami always change the direction, right? You have a calendar, it's a new year, we get a calendar every day and it's completely bound. And someone asked Swami in an interview, Swami, we have been doing this practice for decades and years. How come we just keep going back? And Swami said that, look, see, when you get this calendar, it's wound in one way. And you have to unwind it like in another way. So let's say if it's clockwise, you need to make it anti-clockwise so that it becomes horizontal and you can put it on the wall. So over the years, over thousands of years, how many of life paths, right? So we have been looking outward, this. So now Swami says, turn it up. Turn it, go inward. So Shivaratri, we will see that Shivaratri is a great time for us to really see, am I looking outward or inward? So the 14th day every month is the Shivaratri, and the month of Magha Masam, based on the almanac, lunar almanac, which is right now, the month is now. And March 8, it typically comes in February, March time frame. And the Shivaratri that comes during this month is called Mahashivratri. And so, like we discussed earlier, so as on the 14th day of that, that Krishna Paksha, the dark half, the moon has just a sliver left. And even our mind has 16 aspects, Swami says. On that day, there is just one aspect left. Next slide, please. So Swami says, on that Shivaratri day, it's, literally you translate it into English, it's like Shiva is auspiciousness. In Telugu word, Shava, like a Shah, means like a corpse, like a dead body. And Shiva is that life force in us that brings life. That is the Atma, that is our inner higher consciousness. So Swami says it can only be a Shivaratri, it can only be an auspicious night. On that night, we think of God, focus completely on God, sit for bhajans, just get lost, just be completely immersed. But we will have temptations. In the kitchen there will be food. Am I going to go take a break? Am I going to drink something? You will have those temptations. Swami will put us those, right? So even if you happen to go try to pick something, right? So in a lighter note. But Swami is saying basically on that day, we use the opportunity. First of all, it's like, when you have a iron rod and when they burn it, it's soft and they can do anything. So on that day, we have the advantage. The mind has very little power. And with Swami's grace, but most of all, and if we focus, there is a catch even. Like you ask Swami for anything. Swami says, ask for spiritual things, ask for things to help the world. I am there, I will help. You want other things? I have other departments. I will send them to help you. So this one is for our ultimate realization. We tell Swami right on before Shivratri, Swami, we are getting ready. You help us so that night we are focused. Let us please don't put distractions before us. So I remember Dr. Reddy said, we will see a little bit later the program we have at SAI Prema Nilayam. Those who were here last year, if you may recall, we had Abhishekam all night bhajans. One of the things Dr. Reddy said that time was, it used to be like, in November, second weekend of November, we have Akhanda bhajans throughout the world. It starts on a Saturday evening, stops on Sunday evening. He would come and sit and would not get up for 24 hours. Literally, he would sit. That determination. Swami says, in the 1984, Swami has given 34 discourses on Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives more than 60 qualities. Who is the best devotee? And one of the things is Dhrudha Nischaya. You have to have that firm resolve, right? Swami says people have these firm resolves. They can go swim hundreds of miles in the ocean. They go and climb mountains. Some people want to rob, do all kinds of things. But of all wealths, the best wealth is getting that merger. I don't want to come back and go to Costco again in my next life, right? So this is it. I don't want to come. It may be happy, you can get whatever, get the things, but right after that, there is always, it's an up and down. That's what we say to the Shrodras do. You go outward, you get everything, you are happy, then again you are sad. So, but if we want to get rid of all of that, right? So, this is a great time. It's like the best sale that's coming up now. What Shivratri. So Swami, again, like as we are saying, Swami is basically saying that you just have that one aspect and you think of God that night, we get that best control. But then, a lot of times the thing is, okay, am I done on Shivratri day? If I just do that, then I don't have to do anything. That gives us our baseline. It's like, we are ready and then we continue to build. Swami says, make every day a Shivratri day. So that we just keep going in that continuum. Next slide, please. So, we also know that, the lingam that gets materialized on Shivratri days, that Swami brings, he is the Satya Sai Baba. Sai is Divine Mother, Baba is Mother. He is the Shiva and Shakti aspect. In the 1960s, one of the Guru Purnima discourses, Swami said, how sage Bharadwaja goes to Kailasha and he's inviting Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, and they are doing their cosmic dance and he is waiting there, waiting, and then he starts to move and he gets paralysis and falls off, and Mother, we all know Mother Parvati goes there and they bring him back to life and then tell him, cure him, and then Swami says, Lord Shiva and Parvati say, we will take 3 births. As Shri Sai Baba, as coming as Lord Shiva, Satya Sai Baba, Shiva and Shakti, and then Prem Sai next. So Swami is that Lord Shiva. On Shivratri day, there is that lingam that emerges. So what is this lingam? So, we have the letter Om. Om, it's the sound. So the God is formless. He is Nirakara. And the sound aspect of is that Om. Om is that symbolic form of that God. And the form symbol, if you want to see it symbol, it's like that lingam. It doesn't have wings, it doesn't have head, anything, right? So there is, Swami talks about lingam a lot, so again, please go through Swami's discourses. So it's the formless aspect, and like always, Swami would bring this Hiranyagarbha lingam. And Swami said in the 2004 Mahashivratri discourse that you are all that forms of lingam, and you all have that gold in you. And Swami calls us Bangara. When we get rid of all these impurities and when we become that pure, we are one with Swami. And Swami said the reason Swami brings out that lingam is that there is divinity. Some people say there is no God, right? There is no God. So God is nowhere, and Swami says God is now here. So just punning with the words. So this one again, it gives us an opportunity to connect with that. Next slide, please. So some of the spiritual practices, as we know, on Shivaratri day, there is fasting that is done. We briefly touched on it earlier. Basically, Swami is saying that literally that day, you connect with God, and in fact, Swami says, while these 5 outer senses, 5 inner senses, speech, speaking, all these, and the mind, these 11 mudras, while their goal is to take us outward, the moment we start thinking about God, focusing on God, and Swami always says, you have this higher consciousness, whether we call it God, Atma, and the son of that is the intelligence, the buddhi, the Gayatri mantra that we pray for, that's the son, and the grandson is the mind, and you have, speech and all these faculties now. So Swami says, the moment we pray, not just on Shivaratri day, any day, then all those Swamis, that God's love, that light goes and it falls on our intelligence, and it awakens the intelligence, and then it brings the mind, and all these senses that were getting us into trouble, now they will start helping us get closer to God. It's just turning back, and everything, we design our life so that we think of God. Even your website homepage, you can set it to satsai.org. The moment you see, rather than reading some news and thinking, why did they do like this? You look at what is today's thought for the day, right? What am I doing? What is it? So rather than, so simple things, it's not that you are like really obsessed, but we can make these small steps. How can I think of God? Everything is good for me. When you get up, you do your morning prayers. Swami says, I think during Ganesh Chaturthi, we briefly touched, any prayers we do before 6 a.m. in the morning, right? Those prayers goes into the fixed deposit account of grace. Swami said, I will use them only for your spiritual uplift. Anything after 6, it's current account, gets used. That day, it's just best used. Keeping us safe on 405, freeway, or wherever it is, they all get used up. So 6 a.m., I know, oh my God, how am I going to get up? Even if you get up at 5:40 or 5:30, you don't have to take bath and all that. Just brush, sit, do whatever you want. Chant God, listen to a discourse, whatever it is, light meditation, chanting Omkar. 21 Omkars are very good in the morning if you can do. The 5 Omkars, they purify our outer senses. 5 Omkars purify our inner senses. 5 other Omkars, they purify 5 breaths. Prana, Swami gives this, in the 1991 summer course discourse, Swami goes into very detail, on this, how subtle these are. Prana, Apana, Vyana, Samana, Udana. So one of these basically records everything we think, do, all of that, and that gets carried over. That's the reason that this mind, whatever we are coming from lifetimes, these are imprints that are there from lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And this is the best chance. How fortunate we are here on a Saturday rather than being somewhere else, right? We are very, very fortunate to be able to do that. So when we do that when it gives us. So Swami also says that doing that bhajans in the night time. And this is that Swami says you have on that day when you do it with love and devotion. Guaranteed. Swami gives that, we will see in the next slide, is that I'm guaranteeing you will get liberation. So, what else we can get? So, other worships on this day, there is Bilva leaf, it's a dry foliage Bilva leaf. SAI, the Eternal Companion magazine, March 2022, that's the day it was released. It was a Shivaratri. There are editorial in that. February 2023, there is an editorial. It goes in depth into these worships. What is the significance? For example, Bilva leaf indicates 3 Buddhas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, or 3 states of our consciousness. It just purifies all of it. Other things, we have Sridhar chanting, Abhishekam, giving all, up there to Abhishekam with various things. We are basically offering 5 elements with water and multiple other things. Again, you can go into that to go a little deeper into these. And then Sri Rudram chanting every day. We have Vedam chanting here at 10 a.m. We chant Rudram. I know many come at 11 because of distance and all. Maybe just come a little bit earlier. You can listen to Vedam. Next slide. So here is the assurance Swami is saying. Make the slightest effort. The Lord will help you 100-fold. You take 1 step, I take 100 steps, 1,000 steps. That's all. That first step is all we need. Then everything else comes. Swami is saying, your duty is doing the spiritual practice. Leave the rest to me. Mind will say, oh, are you kidding me? I mean, I've been doing this for decades. Nothing happened. Oh, come on, give me a break. You can sleep for half an hour. You can sleep for 1 hour. You are very busy. Today you have work. I don't think you can go to SAI PREMA. You really need to be busy. Mind will, because the mind, Swami says, it can be your best friend or the best enemy, right? A fly, it would love to, go on to bad things, but not get into the fire. So the mind is always like, first it will wait and see what we do. So I think, for me, a lot of times like, okay, do I do this or do I do that? The best thing, even for mundane things, Swami, do you want me to eat oatmeal or cereal? You can ask Swami and wait, but mind will say, oatmeal, you should be relaxed. Today is weekend, you should eat cereal today. But you wait, Swami says, when you ask me, don't decide right away. Give like at least 20 seconds. Swami says, contemplate on me for 12 seconds. When I say on me, on Swami, He is everything. God is everything. Lord Shiva, Rama, whatever connects to us, that God. 12 seconds. When you look at like your thumb or any object for 12 seconds, it's a concentration. Swami says it's a concentration. You do it 12 times 12, that's 144 seconds, which is basically 2 minutes, 24 seconds. That's meditation. We don't need to sit for hours, and in fact, if we sit more than 10 minutes, we'll start thinking, what am I going to do today, and whatever, all these things come, right? Swami says it's better, you better do your work rather than thinking about all those. So, we have that. So I think Swami will give, that one. And also, Swami is saying very clearly, spending all the days with Shiva makes the conquest of the mind easy, right? Mind will say, yeah, Shivaratri, you are done. Okay, that's it. You got liberation, so you don't need to do anything. You can do whatever you want. Because Swami said, hey, do it on Shivaratri, you are done. So that's how mind can trick us. But then, you just say, you keep doing it because you chant God's name. Swami says, doing everything as an offering to God. When you start your work, Swami, I offer this to you. When I'm drinking, Shri Baba says, my devotee will never eat anything without offering to me. And he will do nothing without offering to me. We just offer. If whatever you prepare, you offer to God. Next slide, please. So these are some of the such, I know we touched on some of these, and we'll just go very quickly through some of these. Again, like I said, Mahashivratri, Divine Discourses. There is Sai Rhythms app. We will try to put a QR code. It's developed by Satyagopalan, who went to Sai University. It's fantastic. You can listen to discourses. You can listen to devotional songs. You can listen to bhajans. You can download within the app, so that in the night you can turn off the signal. You can turn off Wi-Fi and listen, and it gets you repeat. You can listen to Gayatri Mantra. They have a lot of chants on Lord Shiva prayers and multiple things. And the Eternal Companion, like I said, the Shivaratri editions, March 2022, February 2023, and this year one will be released in a few days, the March 2024. Amazing graphics, Swami's discourse, wonderful editorial. It's you don't want to miss that. And then another thing is we all have our favorite bhajans. Simple bhajans, maybe pick like 1 to 3 bhajans. And We want to practice for at least 100 times. Why? Why? It's not just to come and sing great and somebody said, oh, you sang really well, and the ego goes and right, but not that. But as we sing and sing, you contemplate, you become one with the bhajan. You start getting different, deeper aspects of whatever that God bhajan you are doing, you get to connect with that bhajan. And then life stories of devotees of Lord Shiva. There are great stories of great saints. That's amazing. So you can go on like in the February 2023 SAI Eternal Compagatoria, there is a story of Pusla. You can read like that. There are so many saints. You must have heard of Markandeya. Markandeya, their parents they didn't have children, and God asks, okay, do you want a good child with long life, or a good child with a shorter lifetime, or like maybe not so good, very long time frame. They ask for a good child, so he gets 16 years of life. So as many of you may be knowing, I'll just share it just so that some of these things we hear many times, even discourses, all these right, even significance of Shivratri. But as we go on reading, we start to get deeper meaning. First time you read, second time you read, you start the content, you go deep. So Markandeya, I'll make it fast, otherwise we'll be here for long and we must be hungry also, and we have to chant Om Namah Shivaya, right? Mind says, come on, let's go, right? But with God we can spend little time. So, Markandeya is like, their parents was sad. Now his 16th year is getting closer. And he goes to them, why are you sad? And they say, they don't tell him right away, but Swami students have done an amazing play on this. And if you can watch it online, you will be able to watch it. And there are many movies and so forth, probably. So, and their parents finally tell them, this is the story. God said you only have 16 years of lifetime and you will be leaving us. And he says, why didn't you tell me? I wasted my life all along. I was in the play doing this, that. And then he says, right away he goes to Shiva temple and continues to pray to Lord Shiva with one point just within that one day. And he hugs that Shivalingam. When the time comes, when Lord Yama comes to throw that passion, right? Lord Shiva comes and of course he gets rescued and he gets a long life. But I think what does that mean to us, right? Swami has said, don't believe you have 100 years. Chandra Samvatsaram, beautiful poem. Don't believe you have 100 years. It can be next minute, tomorrow. It can be in a forest. It can be on a plane. It can be in a driving. It can be walking. It can happen anytime. So don't waste your time. This is the time. So God is our divine Father and Mother, and He is telling us that you don't know how long you are going to be here. Don't take things for granted. That doesn't mean that we need to be scared. Oh my God, what am I going to do? But we just integrate. Every moment we are conscious. Swami, make me think of you. Swami, make me offer this to you. Do, spiritual practices. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, a couple of other things like there are a lot of stotrams, like couplets, prayers. Dingalashtakam, relatively easy. It will be chanted during Shivratri day. You can go online, look for Shiva prayers. Sai Rhythms apps has this. Just by listening. Some of us may have difficulty with the words and all that. By listening, contemplating. And then Vedam chanting. Even, we may think, oh my God, I can't chant that Vedam, it's so hard and all that. Swami said, I'm just listening. By just listening, you get that same benefit. As you listen, because in the old days, as we know, many of these rishis had, like Ganapati, different rishis, they had direct experience of God, and these Vedas have flowed from them. And that time they didn't have paper, books, laptops, all that. So they would tell their students, and the student will tell their student. That's why it's called Shruti. You get it by listening. So that listening has so much effect. And Sridhar, I will take brief very quickly. And there was this king, he was meditating, and then he gets a vision that in his country the subjects were undergoing great calamities, there were all kinds of things. So he goes deeper into meditation and prays to Lord Shiva. What do I do? How do I avoid these difficulties? And then Lord Shiva gives him this Sridhar. And as it is chanted, it goes to miles and miles and nullifies the negative. So even if we play on our phones or something, within our locality we can do that. So we chant that here, and then every day morning 6 a.m. we have prayers here, and there is Vedam chanting. Please come and take part. You can join on in person or via Zoom. And then Greg has been organizing Sridhar chanting for 4 years every day, sharp at 6 p.m. It's through Zoom. You can listen to that. There is also Lalita Sahasranam that you can listen. Just you can do your own thing. You are like, oh my God, I don't have anything to do at 6 p.m. I'm so busy. That's the prime time. You can play, do whatever you are doing in the kitchen, whatever, right? You can still listen. So that actually makes a big difference. Next slide. So very briefly, on March 8th, there is a detailed schedule that is there. In the morning, it's a Friday. Right now, you block it off. Try to be available. That's the day. Best. It's like a Black Friday. So it is a Blue Friday for Lord Shiva. So block it off. So, so that day, morning we have about 9 a.m. We'll be chanting Ekadashi for 11 times here in the morning. And then night time, the program begins around 9 o'clock. It goes until 6. There will be bhajans, there will be chanting, there will be abhishekam. We are very, very, extremely fortunate in this region. Swami brought out this Hiranyagarbha lingam that is there here in Arcade SAI Center. That lingam will come here. They will do abhishekam to that. And we are very extremely fortunate. Because bhajan you might fall asleep, so there is variety, there is abhishekam. You will chant, you will do this, you will do that. So there's a wonderful lot of opportunities. Thank you so much.